Ever felt like you're just skimming the surface with ChatGPT or like you're stuck on beginner mode? Do you feel like you're not getting the most of ChatGPT's potential for you? You punch in a question, chase the AI in circles, only to re-enter and edit over and over again just to get the right answer. It happens to the best of us, and you can fix it. The secret to getting the most out of ChatGPT is perfect prompting. No more endless edits or frustration. This is how you get GPT to give you what you need. Today, we're diving deep into those common mistakes you might be making with ChatGPT. Stick around to learn how to fix those errors and enjoy your GPT experience. Let's get prompting. Number 1. Formatting your outputs. Popping in with vague or generalized questions is a common pitfall when prompting ChatGPT. You know, something like, "Tell me about dogs." Now, don't get me wrong, ChatGPT can talk about dogs all day. Fluffy ones, grumpy ones, you name it. But when you ask like that, you might just get a broad answer, spamming from their history to their behavior to maybe their favorite toys. And while that's all well and good, it might not be what you're specifically looking for. Quick fix. Be your own director. Specify the desired format or structure of your answer. For instance, instead of the broad, "Tell me about dogs," you might say, "Can you provide a 3-point summary about dogs?" That way, ChatGPT knows you want something concise and it'll deliver just that. A snappy 3-point overview. Just like you ordering at a restaurant, instead of saying, "I'm hungry," you'd say, "Can I have a burger, fries, and a soda?" See the difference? Being specific helps you get the precise info you're after. So, can give you a tailored response without the extra fluff. 2. Generate to-do lists. Now this here is a pretty common hiccup that many people run into when using ChatGPT. One of the most common mistakes when asking ChatGPT for advice or directions is being too broad or vague. Let's take an example. How do I start a business? Now that's a fantastic question, but it's also massive. Depending on who you ask, you might get a philosophical answer, a 100-item to-do list, or even a shrug. Why is this important? Well, clarity is king. When we're clear with our questions, we not only save time but also get results that are actionable and relevant. Imagine spending hours on a response that isn't exactly what you needed. Frustrating, right? So here's a quick fix. Instead of asking for a complex task without specifics, ask ChatGPT to break it down into steps or a to-do list. For instance, instead of the broad, "How do I start a business?" try asking, "Give me a 5-step to-do list to start a small business." Now that's a question that can get you a solid, actionable response. It's like telling a chef exactly what dish you wanted instead of just saying, "Cook me something." Remember, clarity helps you and it helps ChatGPT help you. Next time you're stumped, just take a moment to rephrase and be specific with your request. Trust me, it'll make all the difference. 3. Follow-up questions. You know, there's a feature of ChatGPT that's often overlooked, but when used correctly, can totally transform the quality and depth of information you get out of it. And that's asking follow-up questions. Let's talk about a common mistake first. Have you ever thrown a super broad question at ChatGPT like, "Tell me about the solar system"? Sure, you'll get a generic overview, but what if you wanted specifics? Sometimes we expect everything in one go. And while ChatGPT is smart, it can't always know which details you're after. But here's the catch. Many folks don't realize they can continue the conversation. Yes, even after getting an answer. That's right, ChatGPT isn't just a one-off answer machine. It's more like a knowledgeable buddy you can have a back and forth with. So, what's the solution? Simple. Break your main query down into more targeted follow-up questions. Instead of asking for the entire solar system lowdown, start with, "What are the planets in the solar system?" Then, once you've got that, probe a bit deeper. How does the distance from the sun affect each planet? By doing this, not only are you guiding ChatGPT to provide more detailed responses, but you're also ensuring you understand each bit of information before moving on to the next. Think of it as a conversation rather than an interrogation. So, next time you're chatting with ChatGPT, remember to dig deeper. Don't stop at the first answer. Ask those follow-up questions and unlock a whole new level of insights. 4. Use "Explain it to a child." It gets interesting as this is another one of the most common pitfalls we often find ourselves in when dealing with techie, intricate subjects. Ever felt like you're swimming in a sea of jargon? You ask a simple question and you get an answer that feels like it's been taken straight out of a textbook. Why does this happen? Well, sometimes we're so eager to learn about these complex and super technical topics, whether that's math, medicine, physics, or anything else under the sun. And while ChatGPT might pull out a stellar, accurate response, our brains go, huh? Let's take a classic example. You prompt ChatGPT, explain quantum mechanics. Now, to someone well-versed in the topic, ChatGPT's answer might be a treasure trove. But for the majority of us, it might feel like trying to decipher an alien language. But here's the good news. We don't have to settle for confusion. Enter the explain it to a child method. Instead of just asking ChatGPT to explain quantum mechanics, you can add a little twist. Explain quantum mechanics as if I were a 5-year-old. It's that simple. By doing this, you're prompting the model to break things down, use simpler words, and get rid of the intimidating jargon. If ever you're struggling to understand those complex explanations, remember you have this cool little hack up your sleeve. It's all about getting that balance between knowledge and understanding. Because let's face it, sometimes we all need things spelled out in the simplest way possible, right? Number 5. Not specifying the tone of your writing. Going further, let's dive into a super common hiccup when working with ChatGPT prompts, specifying the tone of your writing. Now, you might be thinking, why is this even important? Well, think about the last time you wrote an email, an essay, or even a love note. The tone made all the difference, didn't it? Imagine you're penning a hilarious comedy skit, or maybe crafting lyrics to a soulful tune. The tone matters big time. ChatGPT is no different. If you simply toss a command its way, without giving it a nudge in the tone department, it's like handing a musician sheet music without any tempo or emotion markings. They'll play, sure, but it may not be the melody you had in your heart. For instance, let's say you ask, please write an email to my fashion stylist informing her that I need a new set of jackets. Sounds nice, right? But without specifying a tone, ChatGPT might take you on a dry, textbook-style journey. It's not ChatGPT's fault though. It's just playing the default tune. So what's the quick fix? Simply ask with your desired tone or style in mind. Instead of the previous request, you might say, in a friendly and conversational tone, please write an email to my fashion stylist informing her that I need a new set of jackets. Or let's say you have written the mail already and you need it to sound less formal with a little bit of humor. You can just paste it to ChatGPT and say, please make this sound less formal with a bit of humor. By doing this, you're guiding ChatGPT, setting the stage for the kind of response you want. You can also change the tone to an angry tone, a funny tone, or whatever tone you need. Trust me, once you start weaving tone into your prompts, not only will you save time editing ChatGPT's responses, but you'll also be surprised by the range and versatility of its outputs. So, the next time you're crafting a prompt, whether it's for a heartfelt love wish, a punchy joke, or an in-depth analysis, remember to set the mood. Number 6. Not being concise in your prompts. Overloading your prompt with unnecessary details or context. Ever done that? You sure have. As humans, we love to share our experiences and emotions. It's in our nature. We assume that by giving more information, we're making things clearer. But here's the thing. With ChatGPT, that isn't always the case. Take this example of a concise prompt. Please draft a table showing different breeds of dogs, their price, and hostility. Now, that is a very concise and straightforward prompt. As you can see, ChatGPT already generates a table without any fluff. 7. Writing style. Writing style and tone might seem like twins, but here's the tea. While they dance together beautifully, they've got their unique moves. Think of style as the unique flair or personality infused into the writing. It's how you can make ChatGPT sound like your favorite celebrity or popular figure, bringing their energy right into your conversation. Imagine asking ChatGPT to whip up a speech on the importance of democracy and asking it to channel its inner Barack Obama. Yep, you heard that right. You can have a piece of text that echoes Obama's eloquence and inspiring rhetoric. But it doesn't have to stop there. Fancy some other celebrities? Channel the assertive and bold voice of Donald Trump, or embrace the empowering and passionate vibes of Jay-Z. The world's your oyster when it comes to choosing a writing style. Just type away your request like, write me a motivational speech in the style of Malcolm X, and watch ChatGPT transform your words into a masterpiece filled with Malcolm X's warmth and wisdom. Feel like giving it a whirl? Go ahead. Ask ChatGPT to adopt the style of your favorite icon, and let the magic unfold right before your eyes. It's fun, it's creative, and it opens up a world of possibilities for your conversations with ChatGPT. While ChatGPT is a powerful tool, it's not psychic. The clearer and more precise your prompts are, the better the masterpiece you'll receive. We've covered some common mistakes today, but the biggest takeaway? Perfect your prompts. Whether you're digging for details or keeping it light and breezy, guiding ChatGPT is the key. Just like you chat with a friend, be clear, be specific, and most importantly, have fun exploring all the possibilities. Because trust me, when you nail that prompt, the results, they're pretty magical. And if you like this video, check this one out too.